Here we go. 5-point questions. Gentlemen, which of these states will your wife say she was in on your wedding night? Was it ill-annoyed, Oklahoma-sick, all Kentuckied out, or mish again and again and again and again? Buddy, what state was she in?
I guess I'd have to say Kentuckied out.
She was all Kentuckied out, huh? All right. Brett?
Well, after 2 hours of opening all the wedding gifts, she was pretty tuckered out, so she'd be Kentucky.
Kentuckied out.
Right.
All right. Townsend?
Our car stopped on the way to the hotel, so she was Kentuckied out.
She was all Kentuckied out, too. Mike?
I'll have to make it unanimous. Kentuckied out would be it.
Nobody was Oklahoma-sick or anything of that sort, or mished again and again and again. All right, next question, gentlemen. If your wife got promoted to the next job up from hers, how much money will she say she'd be earning per week? She got promoted to the next job up. Brent, how much would she be earning per week?
I don't know how much she makes a week now. Let's see, maybe $350.
$350 a week. Townsend?
500.
500. I hope she gets a promotion.
I do too.
I bet you do, yes. Mike?
I'd say 400, and I'd be more than happy with
400. Go get him. Buddy?
I'd have to say 290.
290. All right, next question. Gentlemen, will your wife say that your current bed is or is not built for whoopee? Townsend, is or is it not built for whoopee?
Our bed is definitely built for whoopee.
It is?
Yes. It's a water bed.
It's a whoopee bed, then, right?
Yeah, it's a water bed, and I know it's a good one because I picked it myself.
Attaboy. Mike?
I would have to say no. It's plenty sturdy enough, but it's not
It's
big
not
enough.
built for whoopee, all right. Buddy?
Well, I went down and personally supervised the construction of it, so I had it built for me.
It is built for whoopee, yes, okay. Brett?
Well, it all depends on who's in it as to how much whoopee you get, but I think we get our fair
You'll have
mileage.
to do the choosing of the partner. I'm just curious about the bed.
The bed makes whoopee.
Yeah. Pretty talented bed. We'll be right back to reunite the newlyweds, and we'll see how well the husbands have predicted what their wives will say.
Promotional consideration for the Newlywed Game provided by...
Girls, which of these states were you in on your wedding night? Which of these states were you in on your wedding night? Ill-annoyed, Oklahoma-sick, all Kentuckied out, or mish again and again? Which state, Jerry, were you in on your wedding night?
I think it's going to be all Kentuckied out.
All
because
Kentuckied
I
out.
just walked. You need to take me over.
Now, this is you now. I'm talking about you.
Oh, me.
I can accept your answer, but I want to make sure you understand the question, okay?
Okay, I'll say all Kentuckied
All right.
out.
Mike predicted you would say that you were all Kentuckied out. Right. Sure. Edith, welcome back, by the way.
Thank you.
Okay, were you Illinois, Oklahoma-sick, all Kentuckied out, or Michigan and again and again?
I'll have to say all Kentucky.
You were all Kentuckied out?
Yeah, I slept quite a bit that night.
All right, he predicted you would say that you were all Kentuckied out. Sure. Now, Sue Miller, this is on your wedding night. Which one of those states were you in?
I could talk about the rest of the nights and use another answer, but for the wedding night, we had lots of plans, but I think we were all Kentucky.
All Kentuckied out, all right. All Kentuckied out, sure. Sue, which state were you in last night?
Michigan.
Oh, Michigan and again and again. Okay, Jeanette?
Yes. Probably Illinois.
You were Illinois on your wedding night.
Probably.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. He said you were all Kentuckied out.
I don't even remember our wedding night. It all happened so fast. I think I said I do on a Tuesday, and then Wednesday we were at the Justice of the Peace.
You said I do on Tuesday, and Wednesday you did, right? I see. Okay, next question. Girls, if you got promoted to the next job up from yours, how much money would you be earning per week? If you got promoted to the next job up from yours, Edith, how much money would you earn per week?
I have to say $800.
$800 a week. Council said you'd be earning $500 a week.
She's dreaming, isn't she? Way to dream. Shoot for the
Nice
stars.
dream. Sue, if you got promoted, next job up, how much money would you be earning a
I'd
week?
like to say 800, but I'll have to stick to about 300.
300. He said 350.
That's not bad.
Jeanette?
Well, you could probably say, well, I would say 300.
300. He predicted to say $290. Mr. Batte. Jerry?
Is this promoted from the job I do for him, or?
No, wherever you You mean he pays you by the week?
He never has money anyway.
Oh, I didn't know. You're working now. If you got promoted to the next job up, how much money would you make a week?
$325.
$325. He said you'd be making about $400 a
I
week.
told you, Mike, we just talked about that the other day.
Isn't the next job up your boss's job?
No, but if I got another job, I would want that.
He didn't say anything about another job. He said the next job up.
I wouldn't want the next job up at that company. No, never mind.
You may be wanting any job right now. Here's the last of our 5-point questions.
Anyway.
Girls, tell me, is your current bed or is it not built for whoopee? Is it or is it not built, Sue, for whoopee?
Well, it's
Yes.
built for sleeping.
Is it built for whoopee?
I'd better say yes, or I'll get in trouble.
Yes, he says yes that it is. Sure. Okay. Jeanette, is it or is it not?
Well, we just got a new bed. I would say it's definitely me.
It is. All right, he said yes, it is. Sure. Jerry, is it or is it not built for whoopee, your current bed?
Oh, our current bed, it is built for whoopee.
It is. All right. Mike, no, it's not.
I knew it. We don't even sleep comfortable. But we can whoopee comfortable.
You whoopee. What's the problem with the sleeping here?
He tries to
It's
take
not
the
big
whole
enough.
bed.
Oh, he does.
Yeah.
Well, why just
I
kick
give
him
her
out?
all the covers and I take the bed.
Yeah, but when we wake up, the covers are on the floor on his side.
No, no.
Yes.
Edith?
We have a water bed, and I think that's one of the reasons why they made them.
Oh, you think so? All right. He says what your bed is. Sure. All right. Thank you very much. We'll be back in a while to see how well they predict what their husbands will say right after this brief message. These questions will now be worth 10 points. And here's our first question for 10 points. Girls, what will your husband say is the most unusual meat you've ever served him for dinner? Most unusual meat, Sue, you've ever served him for dinner?
Well, we had a group of people over one night, and I had a roast this big before we put it on the barbecue, and by the time we served it, it was about the size
A little
of
bitty
my
roast
fist.
then, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What kind of meat was it?
Roast beef.
It was a roast beef, as in roast pork, or roast duck. You got it, roast beef. Edith.
Well, I just have to go with lamb chops.
Lamb chops, fine. Jerry?
Well, before we were married, I invited him over, and I made a steak dinner for him, and I burnt the steak on the outside, but it was blood red in the middle, so it was a steak.
What kind of a steak?
New York steak, I
It was a
think?
New York beef steak then, right? Okay. Jeanette?
I would say sirloin tip steak.
Sirloin tip steak. Does that mean beef steak, or are we
Yeah,
talking about?
the beef
Okay,
steak.
that's the most unusual. All right, next question, girls. The very first time you and your husband made whoopee, will he say you were ready or not? First time, Edith.
Well, I'll have to say I wasn't ready.
Not.
Not right.
Okay, Jerry?
I was ready.
You were.
Yeah, I invited him.
You invited him. After the steak, right?
No.
Oh, all right. Jeanette?
Well, he always tell me I'm a deadbeat. But once I get going, I would say, what was the last question again?
First time you made whoopee, were you ready or not?
Not ready.
Not. All right. Next question. Oh, excuse me, Sue.
Thanks.
That's all right. You're welcome.
Yeah, he knew I was ready before dinner was over.
Ready.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, next question. Girls, if your husband had to change occupations immediately, what brand new line of work will he say he would go into? If he had to change occupations immediately, Jerry, what brand new line of work would he go into?
No. It's either photography or computer stuff, but I don't.
What do you think it'd be?
It probably would be, oh darn it, I don't know, computers.
Computers, Jeanette?
Well, he's been talking about going into business for about 20 years now. I would say automotive.
Automotive?
Some business.
As automotive what now? You mean?
Mechanic.
Automotive mechanic, that's fine. Sue?
Real estate.
Real estate. Edith?
Well, Townsend's a teacher by accident, and he's always wanted to be a lawyer, so I have
A
to
lawyer,
say-
fine. 25-point bonus question, girls. Will your husband say the ignition key to the car he drives most is gold, silver, or another color? The ignition key to the car he drives most is a gold, silver, or another color. Jeanette?
I hate to drive it. It's probably gold.
Gold.
Yeah.
Sue?
Silver.
Silver. Edith?
Silver.
Silver. Jerry?
Silver.
It's silver. Ladies, thank you very much. We'll be back with the husbands to compare answers on the Newlywed Game in just a moment. How well your wives have predicted what you will say. Remember, these questions will now be worth 10 points. And here's our first question for 10 points. Gentlemen, tell me, what is the most unusual meat your wife has ever served you for dinner? The most unusual. Ladies, don't hold up the cards until I ask for them, and Townsend will begin with you.
Is that right? Always me.
Yes, you're first.
I would say it would have to be burnt steak because she specializes.
What kind of steak was it?
Sirloin?
Okay, was it beef steak or
Beef steak.
beef steak? All right, she predicted you would say burnt steak. She thought it would be lamb chops.
Oh, what a terrible answer. Lamb chops.
Do you remember the lamb chops?
No, I don't. I can't
That's
stand
the
this.
only thing I know you don't know.
Brett, the most unusual meat now she's ever served you.
Well, this is a toss-up because we kind of...
Just give me one answer, though, please, okay? So don't toss anything.
Don't toss anything. We both should take credit for it, but you may remember this one. It's, we had some friends over, and we had a piece of meat, dear. It was I'm not sure what kind it was. It was a steak of some sort, and it was packed in salt.
What kind
and
of
mustard.
steak?
A roast. Is that fair enough? It was a
Yeah,
beef.
that's
It
all
was
right.
beef. It was
Okay,
a beef
it was
roast.
beef. All right, she predicted you
It
would
was
say that
packed
it
in
was
salt.
a tiny roast beef. Yes, that's right. Okay.
Is that
All right, buddy, most unusual meat that she's ever served you.
The most unusual meat that she's ever served me.
That is an evil laugh.
God, I would have to say a beef steak.
Beef steak? All right, she predicted you would say she served you sirloin tip steak. Judge says, okay, you get the point. Mike, most unusual now.
It would have to be the first meal she ever cooked for me, and it was steak that was half raw. It was a sirloin tip steak.
Did you eat it all?
I had to.
And did you tell her it was good?
Yeah.
It was great.
It was great. Yeah.
Yeah, he tells me now, that was so lousy, I would ever want to eat that and get it all. Now he tells me
Now
that
he
we're
tells her.
married.
All right,
But
fine.
it's-
Yes, it was a beef steak, sure. All right, next question. For 10 points, gentlemen, the very first time you and your wife made whoopee, was she ready or not? First time you and your wife ever made whoopee, was she ready or not, Brent? Isn't that funny, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking in other ways in which I think you're thinking, so
Huh?
I'll answer it how I think you're thinking.
Wait a minute. Don't put any thoughts in my mind.
Well, I guess she was ready on both counts, so yeah, she was ready.
Ready, all right. She said she was ready. Yeah. Ready?
Would you repeat the question?
The very first time you and your wife made whoopee, was she ready or not?
Oh, definitely. She was ready.
She was ready. She says she was not.
You're always ready. Okay.
Mike?
She had to be ready because she wouldn't let me go home.
Oh, I see. She said that she was ready. Right. Well, Townsend, what do you think about this one?
I think she was not ready. Her friend had told her no, but with my debonair suave self. She could not resist. When I put the wine in the cooler and put on 4 albums, she could not say no, but she was not ready.
No. All right. She said she was not. Okay. Last of our 10-point questions. Gentlemen, if you had to change occupations immediately, what brand new line of work would you go into? If you had to change occupations immediately now, buddy, what brand new occupation would you go into? Hello, buddy.
Oh.
I woke you. I know I did.
That was a tough one.
Yeah.
Perhaps I would go into sales.
What kind of sales? Selling of what? Sales is all right. Jeanette predicted you would say, no, auto mechanic.
Keep telling me you want to go into business for yourself.
He said change. He said if you wanted to change.
You don't have a change.
He doesn't have a change?
He
He looks pretty nice today. Mike.
It would have to be, I think, photography.
Photography, all right.
So.
Oh, doggone it, that was the other one, Jerry. Computers is what she said. She couldn't make up her mind between the two, and she chose computers.
Am I supposed to keep this card here?
Let me see, which one? Let me see it. Hold it up for me. Well, I tell you what, why don't you hand it to Townsend? Townsend, would you take that? Townsend, would you hand that to Brent, please? Brent, would you hand it down to Buddy? Buddy, would you throw it away for us?
I thought that I had put the wrong
all right,
one.
now. Townsend, what kind of work would you go into?
I'd go into acting because I like long vacations. I'm already into teaching at a great school in Hoover Street.
Acting? You think acting is long vacations? I see. He just said you would go into, you'd be a lawyer, is what she said.
Oh my God, I don't like the pressure. I can't.
You used to always want to be. So.
That's why I'm not that, because I couldn't deal with the pressure.
No, that's not the reason
But you know,
why.
I jog every morning to release tension. I don't deal with tension.
Every morning?
I attempt to.
He lies a lot too, doesn't he? Brent, what would you do?
Well, deep down, I think I'd like to agree with Townsend. I'd like to be an actor, but I like to eat, and actors don't eat too well. So we just talked about this the other day. This is a stream of consciousness I'm going through. I think real estate would probably
Real estate, all right. She said real estate, right? Okay. Well, thank you very much. We'll be back with 25-point bonus question to see which couple's going to win the grand prize right after this message. To the car that you drive most, silver, gold, or another color. Couple number 4, Buddy and Jeanette Porter. You have 15, 25, and give you 40. Buddy, what color is it?
Silver.
Silver. She says that's gold. Couple number 2, Townsend and Edith with 20, 25, and give you 45. Townsend?
Silver.
Silver. She says it's silver. All right, couple number 1, Mike and Jerry. You have 25, 25, and give you 50. Mike, take over the lead with the correct answer.
It's silver.
Silver. She says it's silver. You're in first place. Couple number 3, Brent and Sue Miller. You have 40, 25, and give you 65. Brent, get it right, and you're going to win a grand prize selected especially for you and your wife. If you miss it, you go home disappointed.
Well, we just got a new car, and
What's your
I've
answer?
kind of been hogging it silver.
Silver. She says it's silver. Right. Brent and Sue, you're our Newlywed Game grand prize winner. As the winners of the Newlywed Game, here's the special prize chosen just for you. Your very own, elegantly styled, brand new whoopee room.
Royal Premier Classic One Collection is your new best of bedroom and solid open for years. Featuring door triple dressers, twin vertical mirrors, chair back headboard, door chest, and 2 nightstands by Broyhill. Plus a king coil mattress, king coil posture box, deep sets, and bondage construction designed to provide firm body support and comfort. King coil posture bond. But wait, Sue and Brent, that's not all. To complete your bedroom, here's a brand new color television from Magnavox. It's a 19-inch style system touchscreen color television featuring finely detailed Mediterranean styling and a richly grained pecan finish. Magnavox, a magnificent and complete bedroom ensemble all for you as the lucky winners of the Newlywed Game.